Hi there, little munchkins again. Guess what? I'm going to read the Christmas party, because Christmas isn't too far off. And this is Donald Duck again. And I think it'll be fun. I think you'll enjoy it. I hope you do. It's called The Christmas Party, and I'll show you. Look at Donald Duck. He looks kind of grumpy, doesn't he? Oh, I don't know about this story, but we're going to see what happens. Soon after Thanksgiving comes Christmas. So it is today, and so it was when Mickey Mouse and Donald Duck went to school. So we hope it will be for many years to come. Everybody in the little red schoolhouse was very busy getting ready for Christmas. Mickey Mouse and the other boys went out into the woods and cut down a Christmas tree. Donald Duck went with them, but he was not very much help. He was too cold. He wore a big red muffler around his neck, and he had on red mittens. But he kept his hands in his pockets, so he could not do much work. Back into the schoolroom came the boys with the tree. It was a beautiful tree. The girls had decorations all ready to hang upon it. They had made long streamers of gay colored paper, and they had strung strings of popcorn. They had made gleaming silver stars. The tree was a lovely sight to see. At the end of the school, there was to be a Christmas party. Donald Duck was to say an original poem. Everyone was going to sing carols. They would not have hot cocoa with ginger cookies. There was a present on the tree for every child. At least that was the way the party was planned. The first part went nicely, but the last part was a surprise. See Donald Duck and Mickey Mouse and Porky Pig and the Christmas tree. Oh, isn't that nice? Big tree. First of all, the children marched into the schoolroom, led by Donald Duck. He was very neat and clean, and he had a big red ribbon tied around his neck with a bunch of parsley in it. Then came Mickey with a wreath of holly on his head. It kept tickling and pricking him, but he stood as best he could. Then came the three little pigs dressed in their very best. Then came Minnie Mouse and all the other children looking very gay and happy. Now Mickey had been made chairman. He was to be the one to announce the program and to see that everything went well. So when all were seated, Mickey stood up near Miss Lane's desk. The first number on the program, announced Mickey, is an original poem by Donald Duck. The two foolish pigs giggled, and Mickey looked at them and frowned. Donald Duck rose and walked to the front of the room. He looked excited. "Speak loud enough so we can hear you," whispered Mickey as Donald passed him. Donald Duck made a deep bow. Then he opened his mouth very wide, but he could not remember the first line of his poem. He closed his mouth again and stood first on one foot and then on the other foot. The two foolish pigs giggled. Quack, quack was all that Donald Duck could say. There's no pictures on that page, just writing. But Miss Lane helped him out. "It begins, 'Christmas is here, Donald,'" she said softly. So Donald Duck made another bow and began in a loud and clear voice. "Oh, Christmas is here, quack, quack. Bring good cheer, quack, quack. The stockings were hung and the carols are sung. The bells have been rung. See what Santa Claus brung." There's just no such word as brung, the two foolish pigs shouted rudely. See, Donald, and do you see the pigs? Can you see them really good? I hope so. "There is in this poem," said Donald Duck firmly. "It's an original poem." Now that was really about the end of Donald Duck's poem, but he was so angry at the foolish pigs for interrupting that he kept right on making up poetry as fast as he could go. Poetry came easily to Donald Duck, but presents are only for those who've been good, only for those who have done what they should. No toys for boys who are naughty and rude. Not a thing will he bring to the two foolish pigs. They had better look out, for the wolf is about. "Now, Donald Duck," began Miss Lane, "I think that's enough." But the two foolish pigs were screaming so loudly that no one could hear her. Donald snatched up the pointer from the backboard and shook it at them. See what Donald Duck's doing? That's what they called a pointer. It's kind of like a stick, and he's shaking it at the pigs because they were laughing and being funny. Keep still, he shouted, but the foolish pigs only squealed louder. Donald Duck made for them with the pointer. The two foolish pigs ran across the schoolroom as fast as they could go. Over the chairs and desks they went. Books and inkwells were scattered here and there. Donald followed right behind them. Then out the door rushed the two foolish pigs. Across the schoolyard they ran as fast as they could go. But just as they reached the schoolyard gate, they stopped and stared. There was a tall, lean figure just coming in through the gate. It was dressed in a warm suit of red. "It's Santa Claus!" cried the two foolish pigs. Look at this picture. Dressed like Santa Claus. "Yes, my dear little pig," said a smooth, soft voice. "Come right here." The two little pigs looked at him in wonder. "You didn't ask me to your party," said Santa, "but I came just the same. This is going to be a very Merry Christmas for me." As Santa talked, his white beard rose and fell. Under it could be seen a long, black nose. "It's the big bad wolf!" screamed the two foolish pigs. Mickey came running to the schoolhouse door. "Run!" he shouted. The two pigs and Donald raced for the door. Santa dropped them on his 4 feet. Santa dropped down on his 4 feet and dashed after them. All this time, Minnie and another girl in the class had been busy making hot cocoa. As Donald Duck and the two foolish pigs came in at the door, these two were just carrying the pot of hot cocoa across the hall. "Watch out!" they cried. Donald Duck and the two foolish pigs ducked under the pot and slipped. See, Mickey's calling to them. He's hollering at them. He didn't want them to get hurt with that hot cocoa. They slipped into the schoolroom. But the big bad wolf was too large. He could not stop running quickly enough to save himself. Into the pot of hot cocoa he ran. There came a great howl. Splash! And the wolf was covered with cocoa from his head to his feet. "Oh dear, oh dear," cried the two little girls. The two foolish pigs ran and hid behind Miss Lane's desk. Donald climbed to the tip-top of the Christmas tree, but the wolf did not follow them. He gave another howl and he ran outdoors to cool himself in a snowdrift. Mickey closed the door. "It's all safe now," called Mickey. There was no more cocoa to be had, but there was plenty of apples and candy and cookies. When even the three little pigs had eaten all they could eat, Mickey stood up and made a bow. "And now," said Mickey, "it is time for the Christmas tree." There were presents for everyone. Donald had a big rubber ball that could float in the water. Pluto had a bone. Minnie had a new hair ribbon. Mickey had a Boy Scout knife. The two foolish pigs had vanity boxes, while the practical pig had a can opener. Everyone was pleased, and so the party came to an end. Did you like that story? Wasn't it kind of funny? You always hear it. I'm sure all of you have heard the Three Little Pigs story and the Big Bad Wolf. That was always nice. And you know what? I think I'm going to call a guy to come here and see you. I think I know somebody that you would just love to see. Especially Josie. Josie just loves this guy. Come here, Duke. Duke, come here. Look what I have. Come. 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 Look over here. Here, Duke. Duke, up. Up. Come up. Here. Here. What did Duke get? Duke got a bone. Did you see him? Yeah, how about another one, Duke? Would you like another one? You want to come up here on my lap? Come on. Come. 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 Come on. Come. Look over this way. Look over here. I don't know how it came out. Okay, so long, guys. I hope you enjoyed Duke. I think he enjoyed his treat. See you pretty soon. Love you all. Bye.